Hi.
Hi all, welcome to University of Plymouth International College, Upic. You're here with Toby Joseph Johnson, the Student Experience Officer, and Dr. David Jones, the Head of Teaching and Learning. This is one of the series of Q&As for our staff members here at the college. So I'm just going to pass you to Dr. Jones here, and I'm going to ask him to introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Dr. David Jones. I'm the Head of Teaching and Learning here at Upic, and I'm responsible for the quality of your education.
Fantastic. And Dave, can you tell us, why is a foundation program a good idea?
It's the perfect introduction to UK higher education, I think, because we get students from all over the world, from different educational systems, and coming and doing a foundation degree really gives you those skills and those abilities to enable you to be really successful as you move forward into your degree. And we teach you everything you need to know to be a success here.
Fantastic. And what do you mean by the term blended learning? We hear this quite a lot.
Yeah, blended learning is basically our ability to teach online and face-to-face at the same time.
Fantastic.
We've been doing it in the college now since September of last year, and it's working really well. And at the moment, the students get a choice. If they want to come into a classroom, they can, obviously based around COVID restrictions.
Fantastic.
And if they want to stay at home, they can. And there's no students aren't affected by this in any way. They have the same opportunities and the same chances to learn and be successful, whether they're sitting at home learning online or whether they're actually in the classroom. It's a really good system, and it's working really well.
So as this is just an extra question I'm popping into this Q&A, but we just completed our exam week, so how do you think that has helped all the students who are able to go back to that recorded content?
Oh, it's helped immeasurably. And one of the things that the students and academic teaching staff have all said to me is that recorded content is so helpful to students to be able to go back and revisit the actual lecture. And it's something that we're looking at doing going forward into the future as well. Not to stop it when we come to the end of the COVID crisis. It's something that we're looking at doing as an aim to continue this, because the comments we're getting from everyone really is how helpful that recorded content is.
Fantastic. And how successful are UPIC Foundation students on the university degree programs?
I'd say the Upic Foundation students are very successful. Currently, the last cohort of students who came out, percentage-wise, got a much higher percentage of higher degrees. And this matches what we see in students coming out of UK education.
Fantastic. What do you like most about UPIC, would you say?
It's family.
Fantastic.
And I'm not just talking about within the full-time members of staff or the academic staff, but the students as well. And it's been described before by students that they feel that they're part of the family. And like a family, we will try our best to look after you while you're here and make sure that you're okay and you're successful.
What is your favourite part of your role as Head of Teaching and Learning?
I have a very varied role. So my role goes right down dealing with the students face-to-face, all the way up to high level meetings. I'd say my favourite part of the role, though, is the ability that I have to go into the classroom and do some teaching.
Okay.
And I do that on 2 occasions for our science and engineering students, where I'm able to impart my own knowledge and my own experience across. Obviously, you don't have to wait for the classroom. You can always come and talk to me if you want part of that experience. But that's what I really like of my role, is that ability to be able to do that.
What did you do before joining UPIC? We can tell there's a doctor on your...
Well, I joined UPIC as a teacher. I joined UPIC to teach the chemistry and biology. And whilst I was teaching chemistry and biology, I was actually writing my PhD. So I was doing a PhD here at the University of Plymouth in, well, you could say it's environmental chemistry really. And before that I did a master's degree at the University of Plymouth.
Okay.
Before that I did my BSc here as well.
Fantastic.
Very successful in all of them. And just to say, in 2005, a mere 15 years ago, I was still driving a lorry around Plymouth and I hadn't even started university.
Great, that's great, Dave. Where do you see the college in 5 years' time?
Much more vibrant, much bigger. A lot more student faces. than we have at the moment, and I think that's a really good thing. And it's up to you guys. You come and join us, and you can be part of that vibrancy of the college.
Fantastic. What do you like most about Plymouth? You are a local, aren't you?
I'm a local, yeah. As one of my favourite authors said when he described a place in one of his books, it's between the mountains and the sea. And okay, Dartmoor is not exactly a mountain range, but it is a local wilderness. It's to the north of the city, and to the south of the city we have the sea. If I had to choose, I would say I don't think I could live anywhere that wasn't next to the sea.
That's great. What would you say to your younger self about being a successful student?
My younger self, well, I didn't actually start to become a student when I was 38, so not really my younger self. But what I would say, and what I do say to all students here, is to be a successful student is not about your intelligence, it's about your organisational skills. You have to be organised. You have to be able to prioritise your work. And I say to a lot of the students, as much of it as anything else is organising your breaks. So when you get a piece of work, you organise it, you start it straight away, don't procrastinate, don't leave it to the last minute, make sure you plan your breaks in there as well. And that stood me in good stead. I got a first class degree doing that. And it stood students who've come through. I talk to students who come out with first class degrees and they come back and they say it was that organisation that you provided to us that really helped them through. It's not the most intelligent students that get the big degrees, it's the most organised.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for that, Dr. David Jones, Head of Teaching and Learning, and thank you for myself, Toby Joseph Johnson, Student Experience Officer. Thank you to our guests for watching this video. Would you mind liking and subscribing to our University of Plymouth International College YouTube page? Cheers, guys.